morning everybody, Iain RTO here. Welcome to another ranking show, and as it's Friday we're going to look at some live albums, and today we are looking at the live albums of the mighty Led Zeppelin. Okay, they haven't released many official ones, but they're all excellent. But I've got a few honourable mentions as well today of other stuff that is available. So, Led Zeppelin, formed in London 1968 by Jimmy Page, and for all through their recording career it was Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, Robert Plant and the mighty John Bonham. They were heavy rock, heavy blues, they were never heavy metal. When people say they were godfathers of heavy metal, no they weren't. They were rock, blues, behave. They were going to be actually called the New Yardbirds, but they changed their name to Led Zeppelin, and I think Led Zeppelin sounds a bit cooler. So we'll have a look at these live albums and some honourable mentions then. So coming in at number 4, because there's only 4 official ones, is the BBC Sessions. This was released in November of 1997. This is a disc box set. The first disc consists of material from 4 different BBC sessions. Disc 2 is from the Parish Theatre in London, which a lot of bands have recorded at for the Beeb. And disc 3 includes limited releases that features rare interviews and bits and bobs, ranging from 1969 right up to 1990. So on disc 1, first track on disc 1 is You Shook Me, Willie Dixon number, but obviously done really well by Led Zeppelin. Then there's another Willie Dixon song, I Can't Quit You Baby. These are both terrific songs. Then we get Communication Breakdown, great song. These are lovely and raw because they're just in the studio at the BBC and just go. Then a very short version of Dazed and Confused. It's only 6 minutes long. Then we get The Girl I Love, She Got Long Back Wavy Hair. Then a stonking version of What Is and What Should Never Be. Guitar work on that is unbelievable. Another version of Communication Breakdown, pretty cool. Travelling Riverside Blues, old Robert Johnson number, pretty good. A really good version of Whole Lot of Love. Then something else, Eddie Cochran. Not a bad version. Then we get Communication Breakdown again, I Can't Quit You Baby. These are all different sessions. You Shook Me, How Many More Times. Excellent stuff on disc 1. Disc 2 is the little gig they did at the Parish Theatre, and this is fabulous. It's live, it's hard, it's heavy, it's raw. Starts off with the Immigrant song, bam, 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 bam. Great song. Heartbreaker, a brilliant version of Since I've Been Loving You. Black Dog, Dazed and Confused. This is the 18-minute version, pretty cool. Stairway to Heaven, Going to California, love that song. That's the Way. Then they do a little medley. Starts off with A Whole Lot of Love, Boogie Chillin', Fixin' to Die, That's Alright Mama, Mess of the Blues, pretty cool. Then we have Thank You. Nice little disc that is. I love that disc. Play that quite a lot. It's got all the, all the popular stuff, but it's a nice little disc. And then we get this disc 3. There's 9 recordings from 1969. This has just got little bits and bobs. So on here we've got Communication Breakdown, What Is and What Should Never Be, Dazed and Confused, White Summer, then another version of What Is and Should Never Be, Communication Breakdown again, I Can't Quit You Baby, You Shook Me, and Sunshine Woman. Okay, there's a lot of repeating there, but there is some very, very good stuff on. It is an enjoyable album. It's one of them albums that you don't play all the way through, you just pick one disc when you want to listen to it. It's still brilliant. It's Led Zeppelin, it's going to be great. So I'll give it an RTO ranking of 9.5. Okay, coming in at number 3 then. This was a concert recorded on the December the 10th, 2007. The reunion concert, and was released in 2012. This is a super album. On here though, we've instead of John Bonham on drums, we've got his son, Mr. Jason Bonham, who did a sterling job on this. This is a terrific set. Everything you need. It opens up with Good Time, Bad Times. Brilliant track. Ramble On. Love that track. Black Dog's on here. Great version. In My Time of Dying. I'd say that's the definitive version. It's great. For Your Life, really good. Trampled Underfoot's brilliant. Nobody's Fault But Mine, solid stuff. No Quarter, love that track. Since I've Been Loving You, Dazed and Confused, it's only 13 minutes long on here. Stairway to Heaven, that's okay. It's a great track. Okay, it gets played to death, but it still sounds great. The song remains the same. One of the best versions I've heard of that. Like Misty Mountain Hop, that's a very good version on here. And the best track on this is Kashmir. It's one of the best live versions of Kashmir I've ever heard. Absolutely kills it, that track does. Absolutely brilliant. Then we get Whole Lot of Love, and then it ends up with Rock and Roll. Very good album. It's got probably some of the definitive versions of their songs, even though John's not drumming on them. But Jason is such a great drummer, and he hits them drums as hard as his dad. But Kashmir to me is probably the best version of Kashmir I've got. I'll still give it an RTO ranking of 9.6 because I love it. I had a bootleg before this came out. I think everyone had managed to get hold of some sort of bootleg of it. But when they released it properly and the DVD and all that sort of thing, it was fantastic. Okay, then coming in at number 2. This has been originally came out in 1976. Recorded at the Madison Square Garden between the 27th and 29th of July 1973. It's The Song Remains the Same. Had that for years, and then in 2018 there was a newly remastered edition and some more songs put on it and a better sound, and I'm glad they did, because this is a brilliant album and the remix is even better. So what have we got? The extra tracks as well, which is pretty good. On here it opens up with Rock and Roll. Brilliant, great version. Celebration Day. Then we get Black Dog with Bring It On Home intro. fantastic. A sterling version of Over the Hills and Far Away, brilliant. Misty Mountain Hops on here, the extra track, brilliant, brilliant version. Since I've Been Loving You, best version I've got of that live. Then we get the definitive version of No Quarter. I love that track anyway, but this is the best version I've got. I love it to death, that song. Song Remains the Same, pretty cool as well. The Rain song, great live version. There's not many of them going around. Awesome. Then the live version of The Ocean. It's one of them tracks that everyone forgets about, but it's a brilliant track, and it's better live than in the studio. I think it's absolutely stonking. And on the second disc we get Dazed and Confused, 29 minutes and 18 seconds of it. Okay, it's long, but boy is it good. Stairway to Heaven, and then the definitive version of Moby Dick. John's drumming is just top class, isn't it? Then that goes stonking into Heartbreaker and ends up with Whole Lot of Love. Love this album, always have. It's one of my favourite live albums ever. It's got some definitive versions of some great songs, and I'll give this an RTO ranking of 9.9. Okay, what's number one? Okay, number one then, released on in 2003, and then a Blu-ray audio in 2018. There's recordings taken from 2 of their 72 performances in California during their tour. Some of the songs are from the LA Forum on the 25th of June and Long Beach Arena on the 27th. It is the box set triple live album, How the West Was Won. I would say this is when they were at their best. Although the Song Remains the Same is a great album, this is when they sounded absolutely awesome. Starts off with that LA drone. I love it. It's only that I just love how it gets you into the mood, and then it goes straight into the Immigrant Song. That is the definitive version of the Immigrant Song. Absolutely brilliant. Then Heartbreaker, Black Dog, Over the Hills, Far Away. Then the definitive version of Since I've Been Loving You. Stairway to Heaven. It's always there, of course. Going to California, best version of that I've got. That's the Way, really good version. Then we get Bronny R. Stomp. I love that, and it's the only live version decent recording I've got of it. Absolutely brilliant. Disc 2 we get Dazed and Confused, 25 minutes of it. Then we got What Is and What Should Never Be, best version of that. Dancing Days, that's not too bad. Moby Dick, another version, a bit longer than the one on the Song Remains the Same. Song Remains the Same, Iain, get it out, son. And then we got like a Whole Lot of Love with a few rock and roll songs in there. You've got Boogie Chillin', Let's Have a Party, Hello Mary Lou, Going Down Slow. Brilliant stuff. Then we get Rock and Roll, great version, the best version of that I've got. The Ocean, another great version of it. Bring It On Home with a little bit of Bring It On Back, Willie Dixon, absolutely brilliant. This is a stunning piece of music. It's got some great versions of their songs. It is the definitive live album to me by Led Zeppelin. Represents when they were really at their peak of their game. Again, it's one of my favourite live albums. There's not many bands I've got. My favourite 2 live albums are in my top 20 live albums. And I'll give this an RTO ranking of 10 out of 10 every day of the week. It's the most played live album by Led Zeppelin I've got. Okay then, well, now I've got some honourable mentions for you. I'm not going to tell you where you can get them, but they're out there. Okay, first honourable mention is when they brought out the compilation album Mothership. It was released with a live DVD, and this is what I've mentioned because there's not many good clips of them. It's got some really good stuff on it. I mean, it's got We're Gonna Groove, that was recorded in 1970. Then I Can't Quit You Baby from 1970. Dazed and Confused, these are from the Royal Albert Hall, 1970. White Summer, again from Albert Hall. These are all from Albert Hall in 1970. What Is and What Should Never Be, Moby Dick, Whole Lot of Love, Communication Breakdown, Bring It On Home. And then we go to Australia for a version of the Immigrant Song from the Sydney Showground. I think that's the video that I've put in the playlist. We got Black Dog. That's some Matt from Madison Square Garden. Like Misty Mountain Harpies. The Ocean, Going to California, In My Time of Dying. That's from Earls Court in 75. Stairway to Heaven 75. Rock and Roll from Nebworth. Nobody's Fault from Nebworth. Kashmir from Nebworth. And Whole Lot of Love from Nebworth. Okay, brilliant little album. Goes nicely with the thing. I mean, I've got it on my iPod, and I'm not going to say how I did it, but I've put it on my iPod. Okay, another one I'm going to mention. This is the Live at Nebworth in 1979. This is from a Blu-ray audio, which was released in 2018. It's practically, I think it's got the whole gig. We've got The Song Remains the Same, Celebration Day, Black Dog, Over the Hills and Far Away, Misty Mountain Hop, Since I've Been Loving You, No Quarter, 10 Years Gone. Great track that is. Hot Dog, I've never been keen on Hot Dog. The Rain Song, White Summer, Black Mountains Side, Trampled Underfoot's good on there. Then we get a guitar solo, Stairway to Heaven, and Heartbreaker. It's not a bad little album, and the sound quality is much better now, and it's a good DVD anyway, a Blu-ray. Okay, and the last one I'm going to mention. Now this is actually an official. It's a sort of a bootleg that I managed to acquire. It's called The Dragon Snake. It was released in 2011, and it's actually recorded at the Summit, Houston, Texas, in 1977. It's got some tracks that don't appear on any other official live album. This is what is pretty cool. The quality is okay. It's listenable. It's mono, but it doesn't matter. It's it's got some great tracks on here. It opens up with The Song Remains the Same. Then we get the Rover introduction and Sick Again. It's not a bad version. Nobody's Fault But Mine, In My Time of Dying, Since I've Been Loving You, No Quarter, a great version of 10 Years Gone. The Battle of Evermore, brilliant version. Going to California, Backcountry Woman, brilliant. Bronniar Stomp, Bit of Nonsense, great stuff. White Summer, Black Mountain Side, Kashmir, Out on the Tiles and Moby Dick, brilliant. Guitar solo, Achilles' Last Stand. It's the only live version I've got of this. It's great live, even though the quality's not brilliant. You know it's a good version. Stairway to Heaven, Rock and Roll, and Trampled Underfoot. That is a really good album. If you get hold of it or see it, acquire it, because it's a bit different. You know, you've got some different tracks on there, and if you can forget about the quality, just enjoy the music. Okay then, well that's Led Zeppelin live albums. You know the drill. If you want me to rank the studio albums, put it in the comments below. And people are doing that now. When I've done live stuff or retro or something, you know, people are saying, well, I think you should do the studio albums. Once you've asked for it, you'll get. I do it. I mean, that's. I'm hoping that, which makes us a little bit unique. You sort of have a say in how the channel runs as much as I do, which is the way it should be. If you want to particularly see something being ranked, you ask me. And before we go on this one, I don't know if I put a little thing last night, but the Redbubble site is now up and running. I'm going to do a short little video over the weekend, and I'm going to put it out probably Monday or even Sunday, explaining how you can buy stuff. So have a look. You can get on it. I put the link in that little live stream I did yesterday. It's all there. Go and have a look. Okay, I'll be back later. We've got a new album to review today, A View from the Top of the World Dream Theatre. It's one of my favourite albums so far this year. I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you later. Take care for now.